Hey guys, so I know this video is kind of redundant and it's not really going to make sense, but I just wanted to talk about the Prestige 1 rewards and the Prestige 2 rewards. Now, Prestige 1 and 2 for Black Ops 6 is World at War themed. Like, all of the rewards within Prestige 1 and 2 are World at War themed, and then it goes on to Black Ops 1 and then 2 and then so on. And the level 50 rewards for both Prestiges, they give you an interesting blueprint for said guns. So for Prestige 1, level 50, you actually unlock a blueprint for the C9 or the MP5 that it turns the MP5 into the Thompson. And what do I mean by that? Well, it makes the handguard, pistol grip, and the stock, along with the magazine and the lower part of the receiver for the C9, into a Thompson, specifically the M1A1 Thompson, found in Nocturne Toten in the box room for World at War. And when I first saw these prestige rewards, I kind of was just like, and if you're anything like me, who grew up around firearms his entire life and ended up becoming a massive gun nut and gun enthusiast, you look at these and you're like, this is probably the most cursed thing I've ever seen in my entire life. This is something you would see on fucking Reddit or some shit for cursed guns. Or this is something that you could probably see on Brandon Herrera's gun meme review. I'm surprised he hasn't done a gun meme review on these yet. I mean, maybe he has and it's just haven't released yet, but Brandon, if you ever find these videos, feel free to use the images on screen. I'll even send you the images. But God, it's just fucking gross. Anyways, before I get on to the actual, like, why I'm making a separate video on this, because I'm currently in the works of, specifically for zombies, but I'm in the works of making everything that's wrong with Black Ops 6 Zombies. And that's mostly in terms of, like, features, bugs, and things that I'm experiencing. It's my opinion mainly in that video, but there are some things that the community doesn't like. For instance, I'll give you a little sneak peek. Mangler spam is ridiculous. Like, it sometimes feels like you have like 20 per fucking round. And they've already done a couple tuning passes to zombies that no one's talking about, and then they have done 2 like patches, and one of them was actually one that you had to download, which I think was yesterday. It was like 4 gigs on Xbox. And they didn't really even do anything. It was mainly for multiplayer. There was like one thing for zombies, and it was like nothing even. It was nothing that we were asking for them to do. That being said, for Prestige 2 level 50, you get a you get a weapon blueprint for the Model L. I'll put an image on screen for the Model L. But this one, this blueprint skin, turns the Model L into a STG44, the Strungewehr 44, or the MP44, whatever term you want to call it. This one's a little bit less cursed because it straight up physically changes the entire gun to look like the STG44. The only thing different about it is, in real life, the STG44, the charging handle is on the middle part of the gun on the upper side of the receiver, but because this is the Model L blueprint, the charging handle is going to be where a H&K style of weapon would be, so it's going to be basically in the handguard by the barrel, above the barrel. So think of your MP5 charging handle, your G3, your HK53, those type of weapons. And I'm looking at these guns and I'm just like, Treyarch, I'm really glad we're getting prestige rewards. I'm really glad we're getting really good stuff for prestiging. Like, the first 2 prestiges, just in general, being inspired by World at War is just amazing, because it's one of my favorite. It's literally my only favorite Treyarch game next to Black Ops 2. I'd say it goes number 1 World at War, number 2 Black Ops 2. Not to mention that I'm a huge history buff, so I just love World War II everything. And seeing this, it makes me happy because it's like, oh man. And at the same time, it's like, oh, they could have done so much more. Like they could have gave us more. I think there's 10 prestiges. They could have gave us 20 prestiges, and they could have gave us literally like 10 prestiges just alone inspired by World at War. And honestly, I really wish they kind of did that. I really hope they interject more World at War rewards later on when this game's, you know, getting more season content and stuff. But that being said, I know I'm going to get shit in the comments saying, are you really complaining about prestige rewards? First of all, yes I am. And the reason is, I don't think anyone would complain because it's not pay to win. It's literally just you grind and you get a gun. They literally, instead of adding blueprints to changing a weapon's physical look, they straight up could have just put the STG44 and the M1A1 Thompson in the game as a prestige reward instead of turning guns and making them look incredibly fucking cursed into blueprints of said World War II guns. So, for instance, the M1A1 Thompson and the STG44 are in Vanguard. They could literally just port those weapon models over because it's the same engine. It's just this one's like more graphically upgraded. Yeah, they could have just ported over those guns from Vanguard, updated the models to match this engine, updated the gun to match this game's gunplay and everything other about this game. And prestige rewards, you could have unlocked another gun. And they did this with COD 4. Exactly with the STG44. In that game, it's called the MP44. But in that game, I believe you could get max level and you could do something and then you could unlock the STG44. I don't know why they didn't bring that back. I kind of wish COD games would bring that back to where when you meet max prestige, your max level reward would be a brand new gun. Because it's not pay to win. It just isn't. Because you're not paying anything to level up unless you're buying fucking double XP tokens off of eBay or some shit. Or scalpers or whatever. But it just rewards the player even more. Like, hey, I got max prestige and I got a gun. And it would incentivize people to prestige. Because I know there's still people playing the game right now that haven't even prestiged to level 1. To prestige 1, rather. So, yeah, I wanted to make this a separate video and how fucking cursed, because this is the only prestige levels 1 and 2 that you can get blueprints right now, and I don't know, it kind of just defeats the purpose of me. And like, if you're gonna directly change one gun in the game, the Model L, to completely resemble an STG44, and the only thing different is the handguard and where the charging handle is. The ejection port is the same. Obviously the caliber is different because in real life the STG is chambered in 8mm Kurz, which is just the 7.92 by 57 or 8mm Mauser, and it's just shortened to fit in, you know, an assault rifle type of platform. So yeah, it's a little bit weird. Obviously I've showed you guys what it looks like on screen. It's like it's pretty, like, it's close to resembling an STG, and at that point, just why not add the STG to the game as a prestige reward? So that's all I have for today's video. That's all I wanted to talk about. I know some of you are going to complain. It's like, really, you made a video specifically on this, just complaining about prestige rewards? And yes, because again, for the 4th million time, for people who love that I repeat myself, if you're going to turn a gun into a blueprint, like if you're going to make a blueprint for a gun and you completely change it physically, and it's trying to look like another gun, just add that gun to the game. I have a feeling they're going to add more prestiges to this game, and they're going to add more blueprints. And let's say they add a blueprint for the AK-74 that turns it into an AK-47 or a AKM. At that point, just add the AK-47 or the AKM to the game as a prestige reward. I feel like they were on the cusp, and they could have added a new gun every prestige that matched the inspired game they're going for. So again, Prestige 1, M1A1 Thompson, Prestige 2, STG44, Prestige 3 is Black Ops 1, so they could have added the Galil because it's from Black Ops 1, or they could have added the AUG. And the Prestige 3, Prestige 4, I believe, is Black Ops 2, I think. They could have added the XM8 or something, and then so on. So yeah, without further ado, like, comment, subscribe, ding on notification bell so you guys know when to upload next. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with me. If you don't, you've already made yourself known. And hope you have, guys, a very great day.